What now? What now? Pat's got her Zion Brewery shirt on here. Looks nice. So here we are at the original site of Cody. They brought these buildings in from all over. I will reel in on the sign here. You can pause and read. But interesting little place here we're going to go check out. They relocated buildings here from all over. Okay, so this is Belle Drury, and there's a story here. Apparently she got those other two guys killed, and she goes with the brothel that they brought here and just opened up. Down here is the brothel that was in this town that where she operated. So this is the town that Buffalo Bill laid out. The original Cody, Montana was right here. None of these buildings are part of that, but they got the property and laid the buildings out exactly the way that he planned for it to look. There's Rosie's Corral. Oh, and look, there's a house down here with red lights. Could be the house of recreation. Diamond ring and a handkerchief.
Hello? Jewelry.
Got an inventory here of different things.
Opium smoking pipe.
Oh, terrific. They got it all. What is this?
A license. Look at that.
Josephine Earp, Wyatt Earp's third wife.
Looks like she might have started out as a prostitute.
It does have that look.
Mm-hmm.
Little wash basin and a coffee pot underneath. Boots and a bed.
Chamber pot. Look at the big mouse trap over there on the floor.
Oh, it is a big one, isn't it?
Spittoon.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how sway back the bed is.
Yep. A lot of activity causes it to bend in the middle. That's interesting. So if we look at the wood stove here, it has stovepipe that comes up, and then they built a brace and stacked brick to get it through the roof.
Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this looks like a nice room.
Big too.
Yeah. You reckon this is where the madam, this was her area?
I don't know. Alright, so this is the front door, I guess. And they moved this building here too, originally in Arlen, Wyoming. Built in 1884 by Vic for his Rose Williams to entice her to move her business from Red Lodge, Montana. How about that? Okay. You can pause, have a read there. We were just on the left and the back there. And it looks like, yep, they had food. So this was a place to get food and
there's liquor down there.
Food and drinks and recreation all under one roof. They had naked girl pictures on the wall.
Almost naked.
Interesting wagons they have on display.
So it must have been a lot cheaper to move a cabin than it was to build one.
Well, you already got the building materials.
Yeah, that's true.
Mud Spring Cabin, 1897, used by Kid Curry and Sundance Kid as they hide out before they attempted to hold up the Red Lodge Bank in Red Lodge, Montana. So this is where they were at before they did the bank robbery in Red Lodge, just up the road.
Their hideout, huh?
We were at Red Lodge the other day. They got a number of saddles in here. Another good old stove, rifle scabbards, rifles, deer. And the best bed we've seen so far. And that's a saddle for a pack animal there as well.
Here's what it says about, I guess, them robbing. Robbery. That's a nice looking bed.
Yep.
Now look how this.
Wood River Homestead Cabin. Built on Wood River west of Meeteetse, Wyoming, about 1899. It's a good example of log craftsmanship. And you look at it, they've got these logs squared off. You see how they fit together on the ends. Got a nail in them, just a few to hold them in place. Sorry?
Mountain men and Robert Red were pallbearers for the reburial of John.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, Johnston.
Oh. I forgot, where did he move him from? California? Didn't say, did it? But he died in a veterans hospital.
Yeah.
Since he fought in the Civil War. All right, this has got a lot of pictures and reading, so we'll take a minute for that. So here's a trapper's cabin built on Cottonwood Creek, 1885. So it seems that if they're going to be somewhere for a while, they go ahead and build them a shelter. You can see and that's all this is, a shelter, because even in those days, that's not very tall roof. But interesting, more farm implements. This is the mayor's cabin, home of Frank Ho, first mayor of Cody, built around 1897, but we don't get to see it. It's locked up tight. And then we have, it looks like a barn to me.
Built 1982 by the Museum of the Old West.
It's built to when, in 82?
Uh-huh.
So it's built by the museum, so it's got artifacts in there, and it does. Barbed wire and a whole big room of different things. Wagons, a lot of weight. Those freighting wagons that those guys were, they were bull whippers. That was their first job. Look at how the shingles are cupping and leaking probably. And another don't get caught with the rattlesnakes. Looks like they moved that whole town. Must have been a ghost town down there. Everything we see came from there.
Yeah.
Just a little over 100 years ago, this was built the first time. And yep, there probably are some snakes in amongst these leather straps and things in here.
Yeah.
More buggies.
Yeah. More buggies and saddles and Sunshine Basin Blacksmith Shop. Built in the lower Sunshine Basin west of Meeteetse, Wyoming in 1896.
Here we go again.
Bridger, Wyoming.
And you know, they said that was a story that Lonesome Dove was based on.
Really? Bringing
Yep.
the cattle in?
Into this coal place.
So there was no cattle in this part of the country before that?
Nope, there were bison that they killed and ate, but no cows. And they found out cows didn't do well here until Buffalo Bill had them irrigating and feeding them after that bad winter they had.
Actually,
Okay, so now they have my interest. Built in 1888 at the mouth of the Wood River west of Meeteetse. Again. Frequented by Butch Cassidy, W.A. Gallagher, Blind Bill Houlihan, and many other outlaws, cowboys, and colorful characters. Both holes can be seen in the door. I don't see any holes in this door. Bartender?
Bartender.
Yeah, maybe that's, you got a few bullet holes here, but it's hard to see because it's so light outside. Yep, there's a few in that hot door.
Piano.
12 gauge sawed-off shotgun made by Folsom Crescent Arms Company of Norwich, Connecticut. Sold by Sims Hardware Company and Sharpley Hardware, both of St. Louis, Missouri. Where's this shotgun?
Up there.
Oh, there it is up above.
I like these cash registers.
Yep.
I'll have a shot of rye. Come on, bartender. Ain't that right?
Uh-huh. That's right. Risque picture on the wall.
Yep. Look at the wallpaper.
Yep. All red.
Yep.
And I got cards on the
So
table.
this is what the bar looks like.
Spittoon. Not very big, is it?
Now, look, is that little thing right yonder to keep the flames in the lamp from going up to the ceiling? See that little thing on top?
You got to keep the heat off the
Heat
ceiling.
off the ceiling.
I very well could be. It
That's
makes
got
sense to
one
me.
there too.
That way you can really turn them up high and keep the heat off the ceiling because it's very combustible.
Ooh, that lamps are made out of horns. I don't like that. I don't like.
There was one in the other museum thing that had a lamp, that same style.
I don't like it.
Okay, almost done. McNally Cabin. In 1886, William McNally erected this cabin while working on building the first bridge across the Great Bull River. More buildings sprang up here, and the town of Meeteetse started in 1895. In 1894, McNally loaned Bell Drury a pistol that was used in the murder of W.A. Gallagher and Blind Bill Houlihan. All three are reburied in the graveyard up on Boot Hill I showed you earlier. Well, they have nice accoutrements in this building. So the walls are probably old, but certainly not the ceiling or the roof. And here's a book about how they redid everything.
That's what it looked like when they.
Okay, so we're in that store that was built, and I had to get a picture of this grizzly bear trap. This thing is huge. Man. Carpenter shop is the first stop. Electrical insulators,
Yeah.
some planes, and some tools, a nice old stove, and I don't know what they're peddling there, to probably some sort of grindstone or something, grinder, and an anvil.
1901.
One of the first buildings built in 1901 and used by George Taggart, a Mormon priest pioneer that came to the Bighorn Basin by train in 1900.
Excited. Look at me. It's a hairy fish.
Hairy fish.
And the stove. I guess that's him.
That's his saddle.
The Indian himself.
Born in 1859 on Rosebud Creek. Beartooth Mountains, where we were at this weekend.
Look at the moccasins.
And this cabin was disassembled and brought here. This is his actual cabin. Nice stove, more than one door.
Morrison had originally come west on the Oregon Trail in 1853.
And this one's got basically a flat roof.
Yeah, it
I don't know
does.
how they managed with all the snow here. We don't go into this one, we look at it. But these were sheep herders apparently.
Oh, look.
And look at the way they did the roof. You know that thing had to leak.
Oh, yeah. Sewing machine.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to the one my mom. So did they move the cabin?
Yeah, they moved the cabin.
But before now.
Oh, I doubt it. Saddle.
That's wild.
Jug.
Yeah.
There's a little warning here.
I know, it's a warning. Little circles walking with Sophie down there, you know, it's like, there was a little trail, we're still on a trail.
The Coffin School, built at a ranch at Wood River.
It's a school.
And Matisse.
Why would you call it the Coffin School? That's awful.
Somebody's name was Coffin. And look how the joists have been reinforced with steel because they apparently something caused them to fall or get broken.
David, it says the name. Oops, it was used as a school for several years. It derives its name from the tragic death of Alfred Nauer, who died of gangrene in his cabin in 1885. He had chopped himself in the leg while hewing logs.
Okay, so this is a store from Shell, Wyoming, built in 1892.
It's what?
Shell store. Built in 1892. Got a few.
Oh, look at those Crocs. Those are huge Crocs. I've never seen a Croc that big.
Yeah, boy.
Maybe they won't go up. Look at that. That's a nice
Big mirror.
too. Oh, look at
Hats,
the ash ray.
lanterns, a moose. Lots of cameras in this one. Yep. What is this thing here?
Boots. This is the first.
Gunpowder.
Oh, biscuits. Look at this over there.
Bonanza, Wyoming. He knew there was such a place, right? This is the post office. And little postmaster spot there. Got some post office boxes.
Might be the post office, but that looks like a
Oh
barber
yeah,
chair.
this is the chiropractor and
Oh!
chiropodist. What the heck is that?
Chiropodist?
Okay.
I don't know.
I guess it was like chiropractic. Makes them incompetent people even back in those days. Nice lamp.
Look at the pretty stove.
Yeah. Reminds you of those stoves we've seen in Silverton.
Yeah.
So looking out here, I see one of those things that Dad and I used to move dirt around in the yard. Thing that's like a shovel that you pull and then scoop. Saw one of those in the Wild West Museum yesterday. Pile of antlers. And this is the hole in the wall cabin. Through this door walked Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid and other outlaws of the famous hole in the wall gang. Built in the wall country west of Casey, Wyoming. 1883. Some wanted posters here.
That's another man.
Rifle remnant. Pictures of the gang. They had a community room. All the items in this cabin belong to the old Trail Town collection. Okay, don't touch them. Tom O'Day. Skilled safecracker, perfect. More rifles and a saddle and
Look at
a
that
few
coat.
things.
What kind of material is that coat made out of?
Leather.
Is it leather?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've made it to the graveyard, and this is the grave of John Jeremiah Liver Eaton Johnson, 1824 to 1900. Yep, and he's got like a military grave marker, so they probably knew where he was at, what he was doing. So that was hidden, because we can pause and read this.
Did we
Robert Redford came here and
Helped.
was a pallbearer when they moved,
Yeah.
when they put him in this place. This is Jim White, the buffalo hunter, and I'll pan down and hold it here for a moment. You can pause the video and hopefully can read that. Well, here's another famous citizen, and this guy's actually was from Cody, and it's quite interesting, his life there. Hope we can read that.
Killed by a grizzly bear.